Yeah?
How do I show my abs?
What?
How do I get visible abs like you? Show me the secret formula.
There's no secret formula.
What's the secret formula?
You need to be in a deficit.
Huh?
There is no secret formula.
Huh?
What are you on about? You need to be in a deficit.
Oh, okay.
There is no secret formula.
Oh.
You need to be in a deficit.
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 You already know, my name's Con Valentine, the creator of Live to Make History. And in this video, we're going to specifically be talking about abs, getting abs and being realistic. Chapter 6, less freaking swag gains. Let me say one thing real quickly. Abs is one of those muscle groups that people always think that, it's hard to attain. We know it's hard to attain. But then people always psychologically think in their minds it's easy to attain at the same time. A lot of people think, okay, I just need to, just eat lettuce, just do core, and somehow my abs is going to be different. I'm going to have eight pack or 6 pack or defined bulletproof abs. And it doesn't work like that. People need to understand it's more of a psychological, systematic, and profound, precise approach when wanting to have defined abs. So let me give you a scenario. I have this every time at work, in the gym, every time. Bro, I've been training for such some time, doing crunches. Yeah, I felt the pain the next day, probably DOMs, but I don't see no abs. Or I've been training for 6 months, doing crunches 2-3 times a week, but I don't see no abs. And I ask myself, have you seen yourself in the mirror? Not being disrespectful, as a coach, have you seen yourself, look at yourself in the mirror, have you seen yourself in the mirror? You can see you have body fat. You need to be in a deficit. You either need to be in a deficit in a way where you're, burning more calories. If food is life, you need to burn more calories. If you're not exercising, then you need to, switch that around by having less, food, for example. So, for example, let's just say I'm in a 3,000, a day, for example. 3,000. I've spoken about this, about nutrition. I've spoken about nutrition previously, but let's just say I'm in 3,000, for example. I don't want to confuse you. 3,000 calories a day. 2005. Put me in a 2005. Slowly, I will lose fat over time. Do you want to, make it too drastic? But I tell people, you need to be in some sort of deficit if you want to see your abs. It's literally that simple. You need to be in some sort of deficit. Think of it like this. Breaking this even further down. Scenario again. I love giving you scenarios. Let's just say, for example, I gave the scenario the other day. Let's just say, for example, I'm in my bedroom, for example. I'm in my bedroom, right? Somebody outside my room is shouting my name. Yo, Kelvin, yo, whatever. Somebody is shouting my name, like trying to get my attention. I'm shouting back. I can't get through to them. Let's just say I'm in my bedroom, or I'm in an elevator. I'm in some kind of room. I'm trapped, right? They know my presence is there. They know I exist. But let's just say the door. That door you're seeing is the barrier. It's blocking that, that physical encounter, during the same parallel, when the same parallels, you can't physically see me. So you know I exist. So the person shouting, my name knows I exist, but they can't physically see me. That's just like your abs. Your abs is there, of course, from the anatomical point of view. Hey, from the anatomical point of view, we know that we have the core. The ab muscles are there. When you work on it hard and long enough, it grows and develops. But then the fat is the door. The fat is blocking the way. We know it exists. The fat is the door and it's blocking the way, but we want to see the abs. You want to see me, trying to get to me. You're trying to break the door. Kelvin, we need to go. Whatever, we need to go. So what you need to do, you need to burn the fat over time. Like the door, we need to break the door down, or we need to melt the door down. Think of the door as the fat. Once the fat sheds away, then you'll physically see the abs, you'll physically see the outline, you'll physically see, the definition. The core is always going to be there. People can work on sit-ups as much as possible, sit-ups, crunches, knee raises. Yes, you're improving your core. But if you want to physically, aesthetically see your abs, you need to get into some kind of deficits, or you need to basically just lose fat, because deficit can mean so many times for so many people. You don't always just have to exercise and be in a deficit. You can do that with your nutrition as well. You can always switch things around. For example, even just walking, for example. Let's say you're walking, and you haven't been to the gym today, but you walked 1,000, you burnt 1,000 calories walking. There's so many ways you can still be in a deficit. It's just being smart and tactical about it. So you want your abs to show. I had this many times, even at work. It's the same thing. I've been doing crunches, but what's the best exercise for abs? There is no best exercise for abs. There is no best exercise for anything. Someone needs to tell you, just take this now. There is no best exercise for anything. You just need to be consistent over time. Referring it back to abs again, let's just take it back to this room, for example. Let's take it back to this room. You need to break that door down. You need to melt the fat away, and then slowly you will see your abs, if that is your aim. So you need to slowly melt the door away, just like melting the fat away if you want to physically see your abs. And then once the fat slowly sheds away and you see more definition, more shape, more definition, you can focus more on making it harder, do more time on the tensions. I like to do ab punches. There's so many ways you can really pop out those abs. But that's not going to work if you're not consistent. That's not going to work if your fat percentage is high. Yes, your core is improving, but I'm saying this from a point of view, you want to physically see your abs. And it's that simple.
Yo!
Yeah?
How do I show my abs?
What?
How do I get visible abs like you? Show me the secret formula.
There's no secret formula.
What's the secret formula?
You need to be in a deficit.
Huh?
There is no secret formula.
Huh?
What are you on about? You need to be in a deficit.
Oh, okay.
There is no secret formula.
Oh.
You need to be in a deficit.
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 Eating less, having less calories, consuming less to burn the fats. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense now. Oh, so confused.
Let me tell you one thing real quickly. Yes, if you don't want to consume less calories and you love your food like food is life, then you need to be doing more, like do more steps or something. You need to be doing something where you are burning more so you're losing fat in the long run. Yes, and you can't spot fat, unfortunately. So get rid of the fats, slowly, and you will see your abs.
Oh, that makes sense now.
So if you love food so much and you don't want to get rid of the food, you need to be doing more in a way where you're slowly cutting fat slowly. It's that simple.
Yeah, I need to get rid of this.
Let's freaking go train. Come on. You know what? Come with me. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Get into a deficit somehow, and I'm telling you, over time, you will continue to scale and still see those visible abs. Remember, food is still life. Health is truly wealth. It's that simple. Let's go out there and let's continue to live. Let's continue to live to make history. Why? Because you and I, Chest Gains, we have one life. Abs, let's continue. We can see that we move regardless.